and it's going to go and verify. And look, tar file's fine. We're happy. That's good. So I have a valid tar file. I'm happy. I'd like to go ahead and extract that tar file, and that's a really easy thing to do. I'm going to press my up arrow key here, and the parameter to extract it instead of TBF is XBF. So I'll just kind of come back here, do a little bit of keyboard magic, and there. It's going to go ahead and do its extract. And while it's doing that, oh, look at that, lightning fast. Love it when I got a fast machine. So you can see we've got a directory structure now created, so I could cd to Linux, and I could cd to Domino, and cool, I've got a directory structure. Look, there's an install file there, and I'm going to tease you because we're not going to install yet. I still have a couple more housekeeping things to do. The Domino server needs to run under an appropriate ID, and that ID needs to be a member of a group that has to have rights to the stuff we want to do, or to the file system. So we need to, let's start by adding a group, and we could do this via, there's a couple ways we could do this. We could come down here and go to Computer and go to User and Group Management and do it there. However, it's so very, very, very easy to do via command line that we'll just do it here. I like to do stuff back here so I don't have a whole bunch of stuff. So the first command we're going to issue is we need to create a group, and it's going to be a group that we're going to assign to have access to the notes stuff. So I think notes is a good name for the group, so I'm going to choose group, add, notes. There we go. That was pretty simple. We now have a group called notes. Yay. Alright, now I need to add a user to the group, and so the command to add a user is user add, and I want to assign this user to a group, so -G for group, and the group I'm going to assign it to is notes. You notice there's no space in between the parameter. It's -G notes, so not -G space notes. That's not going to work right. And then I need to tell it what I want this user to use for the startup shell, and so -S for startup, or startup shell, I guess, depending on I don't know what the S stands for. I call it startup. So, and that needs to start up in the bin/bash directory, and then I need to define a home directory for this user. So the user's directory, the user's home directory, is going to be \D for directory, or -D for directory, and it'll be home and notes. And yay, so far so good. And let's go ahead and make the user. And now there is a space between the M parameter, the -M parameter, and the name of the user. So there we go. And the user has now been added, and this user now exists. So now I'm going to go ahead and give a password to this user. So I'm going to say PASSWD, and the password that I want to assign is to the notes user. So that's the name of the user. And now it's going to ask me for my password, and I'm going to enter an incredibly simple password, NOTES, and I'm going to hit enter. And look at that, that's a bad password, it's too simple, but it's Linux and it assumes I know what the hell I'm doing. So all I need to do is enter the password again for verification, and there we go. And even though I set a very simple password, and it was warning me that it's a bad password and it's too simple, it's still valid, and I can do it.